A man who was just inches away from being killed by a falling crane has filed suit against the construction company in charge of the road project. You may remember these images from May. That's when a crane collapsed on Highway 109 in Gallatin. Tonight, the man in the passenger seat of that car tells his story for the first time. Channel 4's Nancy Amons is here with a story you won't see anywhere else. Nancy?
Well, he has never told his story before on TV. John Vargas knows he could very well have been killed by a crane that he says flashed before his eyes.
That's pretty much what it was, a head-on collision with that crane. I'm going to sum it up for you real quick. I'm glad to be alive.
Had John Vargas left from his fishing trip 1 second earlier, he could have been crushed.
We stopped so abruptly that the car raised up on the back end and slammed back down.
May 21st, Vargas and a friend were driving on Highway 109 through a TDOT construction site when, for an unknown reason, a crane collapsed on the front end of their car.
On a public highway? You know, out of the sky? No, you wouldn't imagine something like that hitting you.
He's filed suit against Mountain State Contractors. That's the company hired by TDOT for a $29 million bridge project. OSHA is investigating. They don't yet know why the crane fell. But Mountain States and its related companies have had a history of problems at its work sites. It's ammunition Vargas's lawyer, Rocky McElhaney, is using in a $1.4 million lawsuit against the company.
People are dying all over the state.
In 2005, a Mountain States worker was killed in a trench collapse in Nashville. In 2010, another worker was killed in Memphis when a hammer fell from a crane. Last year, TDOT temporarily suspended construction projects by Mountain States after 2 fatalities on its Knoxville Bridge project.
Unless we can change the way Mountain States does business and make them understand that they need to adhere to the safety rules, the next time a crane falls, it could be on a school bus.
He's not the only one bringing pressure on Mountain States contractors. Last week, a public interest group called Bridges to Justice displayed photos at the legislature. Photos, they say, show continuing safety violations at various Mountain States work sites.
They swing this entire load over everybody's head here in this picture. Part of the reason you never do this is because you never know when you're going to have a crane collapse.
We invited Mountain States to respond to the worker safety issue and the lawsuit. They issued a statement saying, quote, "While the company does not comment on matters in litigation, I can tell you that representatives of the company's insurance carrier tried to be in touch with the plaintiffs, but were told, no, I have a lawyer." Vargas says the Gallatin crane collapse left him sore and bruised, and he knows it could have been worse.
How far away from death were you that day?
Just a second. Just a second.
Now, Vargas's attorney is seeking punitive damages to quote the suit for repeated and continuous violation of safety rules. Tom?